Welcome back. We're still going around at the moment getting some adventure missions done. And there's one right over here. So let's go speak to Guangda. Please head inside the Chancery office for any official business. I'm just a lowly orderly. But you have a quest. Are you having trouble with something? When you're working in the realm keeping commission, every day is trouble. Oh dear. Seriously, sometimes I have a feeling that the Realm Keeping Commission doesn't have a respectable social status at all. It is responsible for all the dirtiest, most tedious work. Official Dahao told me that someone had been putting up advertising posters in the Exalting Sanctum, and he wanted me to remove them. You get it? He asked me to remove the posters. Yes, I can hear you clearly. You don't get it. The job is so meaningless. Is that within the job description of an orderly? Come to think of it, it really does seem to be my job. How about I pay you, and you help me remove the posters, especially the ones that are particularly eye-catching? I remember there are some lost and found notices. Please remove them all. These peanuts are not enough to hire me. What I pay is more than enough, seeing you're only removing the lost and found notices. You'll get more rewards if you can find the lost items for the owner. Oh, take your pay and start searching. Okay. So, let's see here. Where's the closest one? There. A lost and found notice has been slapped onto the wall, sticking out like a sore thumb. I don't know exactly when, but I've lost an Ingenium called Barumbrella? Somewhere near the Sinwood Pavilion in the Exalting Sanctum. Its official name is Artisan Ship Commission Civil Maintenance Unit Type A. Okay, and it self-identifies as a mushroom. Please contact me immediately if you know anything about a hefty reward. I think I know what this is. Scan the code to get real-time location of the owner, Kong from the Artisan Ship Commission. A visiograph of the Barumbrella has been thoughtfully provided below the lost and found notice. I think I've met this Kong before. Where have I seen that Barumbrella before? Indeed. Really, looks like you'd better get in touch with this Kong and tell him the good news. Okay, follow the lost and found notice and find the owner Kong. There you are. Oh. Love that. Like willow leaves moving at the speed of knots, super duper love you lots. What? Autumn winds and moon rises on buildings glow, love can also move as slow. Writing poetry is so easy. Why doesn't she like me? What am I missing? The poem of yours is terrible. You don't like it? Look, knots and lots, it all rhymes. 4 lines of heptameter. Ah, forget it. I'm not arguing with you. To be honest, I don't even really get what's so good about poetry. You can't really tell what's good poetry. You, however, seem to have unique insights into poetry. Tell me, other people pour out their love and emotion, and I'm here writing out my true feelings too. What am I doing wrong? I actually think you write with your own style. My own style, thank you. Even though I can't really tell if this is meant as a compliment or consolation. But in the end, even if you do like it, she doesn't like it, so it's useless. Okay. Anyways, do you need anything? Yeah, the lost and found? I have indeed put up many lost and found notices. Which one specifically are you talking about? That one. Oh, that one. The gloomy poet. Have you found any clues about it? I know where the Barumbrella is. Excellent, I never thought I'd get such a speedy reply. They say gloominess is the backbone of poetry. If a poet is melancholy enough, the most beautiful poetic verse will flow out. I had such high hopes for this gloomy poet. I set its gloomy setting very high, and it ended up wailing for half a day at the sight of a buttonhole missing a button. Oh my. In the end, just like all other artistic youths. It got lost in the hustle and bustle of city life before it ever got the chance to write a decent piece. Ahem. I hope circumstances haven't forced it to get a job. That wouldn't be very poetic, would it? When we met, it was very sentimental. Sounds like it hasn't forgotten its roots. But it's time for it to come home. Come on, miss, help me out. Open up its back flap. Find its jade abacus core and give it a solid repair job. As long as you can reduce the gloomy setting, it'll probably come back with you. Let's find the gloomy poet then. I was wondering about this thing though. It was just there. Kong sent me to get you? Why did my master ask you to find a mushroom? Let alone a failed mushroom like me. Open up its back flap. You remember Kong's suggestion. You locate the back flap and try to reduce the gloomy setting. Luckily, there is no resistance from the gloomy poet. Please be gentle with me. Don't be too rough. Oh my. You are as cold and heartless as the creator, peeling open my untainted shell and dissecting my depressed heart. Sorry. Let's repair you then. Okay, so we need that there and that there. Okay, so it's probably best we do that. Oh, I'm so sad. I don't seem to be that sad at all. Alas, everything is but a predetermined program. All smoke and mirrors, everything is but a daydream of code, never-ending mirage. I didn't go back as ordered, as therein lies the true meaning of separation. But my master could not comprehend and kept trying to beckon for me. What a poet. And a modernist at that. Softly I go, just as softly I came. I softly beckon my leave to the soft, exalting sanctum clouds. Yeah, anyway, follow me, mate. You coming? Good. We'll take you back. Everything'll be alright. It'll be alright. Humans compare depths to the ocean. I am a tsunami in motion. Oh, ocean, a mistress so fickle, but I would rather just eat a pickle. Really? There's nothing wrong with this new verse I just composed, right? You're not great at this poetry business. She only likes poets. Ah, forget it. I better take a look at my poet Ingenium first. You're finally back? I thought you were taken away by the mourning actors. This is all your fault. The moment you booted me up, you entered a gloomy command. You gave me this divine punishment called sadness. Did you ever stop to wonder how I felt? Sad, probably. Feels like I was destined to be abandoned by this world, and I continue to repent and self-exile just to exact another morsel of poetry to ease my sadness. At least your melancholy can be transformed into verse. Melancholy is just melancholy most of the time. It doesn't make for any kind of poetry. Why is my master so obsessed with poetry? Well, I write poetry to win the heart of a fair maiden. For love, one of the tritest of all human triteness. My chip has no way of understanding this concept. I have my eye on a girl named Jingzhai, but she shot me down. I heard that she was in love with a poet, and this poet has a whole book of poetry published, but me, I could barely put together a rhyming couplet. I thought to myself, there have to be more solutions than problems in this world, right? As a member of the Artisanship Commission, I may not be able to put together any kind of poetry myself, but these hands of mine could sculpt a different kind of poet, if you get my drift. Come on, she's already got a partner. I may have been asking around. Her colleague said that she's single right now. Feels like that poet is not a great lover after all. But that's alright, because otherwise I wouldn't be getting this chance, would I? It wasn't poetry she rejected, it was you. Really? I don't believe you. She told me before that her past lover was a talented poet, and how she was infatuated with his poetic talent. I have to set myself a lofty goal to surpass, right? Does this really count as having written it yourself, though? I've checked the relevant legislation, and Ingenia do not enjoy property rights aboard the Zhen show. So all copyrights for all the poems written by it belong to me. Of course it counts as my writing. Speaking of which, I built more than just one of these Poet Ingenia, and there's still 3 of them out there who haven't returned. I wonder if they're still running. If you could bring back their Inspo Jade Abakai, then I should be able to craft a poem that'll move my dear Jingzhai. Mushroom, you should be able to pinpoint the locations of the other Poet Ingenia, right? I am a poet, not some piece of navigation software. Found one. The Borderland Poet is on this Scale Gorge Waterscape delve. Heading over now. That's so proactive. Was it my perseverance for love that moved you to action? No. I guess it could be the promise of reward too. Yeah. Please, Twitter, find these Ingenia, and you'll be my celebrity matchmaker for real. I'll reward you well. Will you now? Alright then. Alright, down there we go. Oh, there's a puzzle down there as well. I never realised. Mainly because I hadn't properly been here, had I? So that's how it is. Hello, mate! You're a big one. Rugged rocks and gorges winding through, where clouds hide the peaks from view. A glance back at the journey true, the waterscape gorge I test anew. Who goes there? Dare thou approach this old timer from behind? I have a feeling that we're gonna fight, aren't we? You worry too much, young lady. I've no reason to hurt you. Oh, your figure so imposing and tall, while I'm feeble and short. How tragic. Is the master still playing around with the soppy, limp poems? I don't think the master's doggerel can be considered poetry. Even calling it doggerel is being generous. Sensible. I do give the master too much credit. Anyway, hand over your Inspo Jade Abacus. Master asked that the 2 of us come and take your Inspo Jade Abacus. Better be a lieutenant than a scholar. What's important isn't whether you're a poet. I think that heading to the battlefield and striking down foes is more important. I've travelled distances to come to the Scale Gorge Waterscape just to show off my skills, but never expected the Cloud Knight suppression of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus to be over already. I've come in vain. Alas, without being baptized in the flames and steel of war, I daren't call any poetry I write true Borderland poems. This Inspo Jade Abacus of mine is worthless. I shall destroy it. The war is over? You don't have to fight anymore? Condition. Borderland poet needs to experience combat. Output result. You 2 fight each other. Are you trying to make trouble? Great idea. Let me take the battlefield with you, smashing the inspiration of poetry headfirst into fierce fighting passion. Let's agree that if I break you, I won't have to pay for you. The air is filled with killing intent, rising like mist and cloud. The cold light shines, blades in formation marching loud, with laughter watching as white blades turn crimson. The Cloud Knights care not for glory nor their victory. Artisanship Commission Security or a Madon Type C here to seek your guidance. Alright, fight it is then.
Great.
Should be easy enough.
Lend me your strength. We've entered the storm. To guard and defend.
What are we doing in the storm?
Crush them.
We shouldn't be there. It's dangerous.
Lower your weapon. Treasonous.
What a headache.
Need a doctor? I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Ooh, big hit. Might just go for
Lend
him
me your strength.
immediately as a result. There we go. Alright, here you go, my Inspo Jade Abacus. I've got no complaints or regrets in this life. Take care, brave warrior! Take care. I've located the next poet over in Starskiff Haven. Let's go. Yes. What do you want? Did you manage to recover the Inspo Jade Abakai without a hitch? Stop pestering me. Stop bugging me or I'm done. I'm just checking in. There's no harm in that, right? Actually don't have many friends, so I wanted to ask you about some relationship stuff. Is that alright? Not my forte. Ask someone else. I'm no good at things like that. Maybe you should look for someone else. Girls usually like precious gifts with a little sentimental meaning, right? What makes Jingzhai so different? She asked me to throw away my gift. And that was her rejection. It's nothing much, just a padlock. Is it too outdated? I get it. This thing is really a bit outdated. Also, the allegory of locking up the heart of your intended is out of touch with this generation's concept of love. But at the very least, this padlock is still inlaid with gold and jade and should be worth quite a bit. Do girls really not like it? Where's it from, Kong? I didn't buy it. It's a treasure passed down from my past life. You don't even understand its value. At my hatching rebirth, I held this thing in my hand. The elders all said it represented a fate of jade and gold, so they sent me to the Artisanship Commission for further studies. I thought it would be very appealing to girls. I just didn't expect Jingzhai to be a girl who went against the norm and looked at jewelry like dirt. No matter. I'll think of another gift to make her happy. Anyway, off to the Starskiff Haven. Where that other quest is sitting waiting for... Ooh, I was going to say we get a few rewards from that one, don't we? Interesting. Anyway, let's hit that.
Let's take it in turns. You rest. I'll stand guard.
House came the general's battle cry.
I know why you're here, Crook. But before we address that, please answer my question. What about writing poetry is the most important? The most important thing about poetry, surely it is depression? It's all about emotion and meaning. That's right. I can see that you have a deep understanding of poetry, Croak. Look, the most important thing about writing poetry is capturing those simple human emotions which resonate with everyone. And of all the simple human emotions, the pain of separation and the longing for eventual return is the most universal across all peoples. But alas, Croak, I've been waiting all day here on this jetty, but haven't managed to brew up the requisite emotions to compose a poem of departures. Poems aren't spaceships. Can it come just by waiting? From wanderlust to sojourns afar, we all come home a visitor. If it doesn't even arrive at the departure jetty, then you won't be able to find it anywhere, Crook. I curse the conviction of modern-day transport and communications aboard the Lao Fu. People depart yet don't have to worry about when they'll return. There's no earnest pleading, no heartfelt emotion, Crook. The thought of how easy and satisfied goodbyes have become makes me want to stomp my feet in rage, even though I can't actually reach the ground. You just don't have the mindset that can see goodbyes. When you put it like that, can you, Croak? It's hopeless just waiting here. Please help me find what I'm looking for. There has to be an emotional parting scene nearby. You know the tropes, the voyager saying farewell to his family, the star-crossed lovers bidding goodbye, parting friends, that kind of thing. If you see anything, please help me snap a photo. Alright, I'll help you snap a pic of this parting scene. Thank you, Crook. Don't worry. I just need to see the human emotion of parting, and the poem would write itself. Then I can give you my Inspo Jade Abacus, and you'll be done with your mission. Alright then. Several pictures around the place then. So, righto. Let's get a snap of this. Boom! Right, that's really it. Are you taking a photo just now. Show me the photo now. Hurry up. I've deleted the photo. Already, I don't trust you. Let me take a look. Please go ahead. After scrutinizing the photo, the unknown lady returns your phone to you with relief. The photo looks very nice. If you're good at editing photos, please help me make my face smaller. Thanks. What? Oh, by the way, what were you taking pictures of? I'm taking pictures of emotional parting scenes. It is a shame that I'm not leaving. I just came here from the Zhensho Yaojing. You should have taken my photo there. I've got to go. Remember to edit my photo before sending it to me. Okay, fine. So didn't even get one there. Maybe here? I really want to take you with me. Then why did you leave me behind? Your family all said that I'm not a go-getter, I'm not career-focused. Oh, now you're trying to focus on your career. Nice excuse. Why haven't you tried to focus on your career sooner? Who was it who once whispered something cringy romantic line into my ears like, Chonghua, I'll love you forever until the marrow comes. Why are you bringing that up? We were young back then. We've been together for nearly 200 years now, but I still can't afford to buy a house in the Laofu. Just can't let you live in a cramped rental apartment with me for the rest of our lives, can I? Don't go. I can help repay the mortgage. Alright, looks like we got one. Who's up next down here? Potential. I'm 62 years old, Dad. I've been aboard the Zhensho Zhuming 3 times. Be careful out there. Dad, go home. I'm going to buy some oranges. You stay put and don't go anywhere. That counts? Okay. I'm not sure how. Maybe here then? Come back here. I won't change my mind. I've already got my ticket to the Zhensho Yaojing. I have to join up with the Verdant Knights and make my contribution. Just like the general of the Yaojing. You left your ticket at home. I was planning on sneaking out, so you wouldn't be sad about it, but you noticed it right away. I won't stop you. I just want to remind you to check the time on the ticket. But the ticket is for tomorrow. Come home now. Oh dear. Oh yeah, that doesn't count because they haven't parted, have they? Very well. Alright, so this is the final one, so it should be it. I heard that you are an enthusiast for distant sojourns, sir. Are you satisfied with this trip? I am a short-life species. To visit the celestial hall during my days is more than enough to sate me. Too kind, sir. It's just like any human world here. Let us say our goodbyes, then, for I fear we ne'er shall meet again. When the time comes, I'll return to the dust, whence I'll task you with a travelling quest. Please bring my ashes back to the Zhensho and spread far and yonder wherever you may go. Sir, that's an extremely romantic idea you have there, but I'm just worried that the Laofo public security management regulations will not agree. Take me to my place of resting. Carefree travels interesting. Ooh ha ha. Right. Anyway. There seems to be poets everywhere. Not all of them good, though. Just poets everywhere.
From inside the pilot house came the general's battle cry.
I know. How did it go? Did you capture any emotional parting scene? Yeah, this is the emotional parting scene I captured. Oh, did I just need one? In life, there are more partings than gatherings. Lubricant is trickling down my bionic eyes as I don't have a tear gland. I must write a poem dedicated to this breathtaking scenery, yay or nay? Nay, don't waste your time. Yay! Great. What kind of parting should this poem talk about? The parting of children who travel far from their parents. Even if life is full of misfortunes and hardships, parents always care deeply when their children leave. Their love and attachment, mixed with a tinge of sorrow, are all expressed in their silence and restraint. Flying over the sky-born bridge, I row my boat into a scene as beautiful as a painting. Silence replaces thousands of words as separation for the father and his son. Flying over the sky-born bridge, I row my boat into a scene as beautiful as a painting. Silence replaces thousands of words at separation, for the father and his son should not bid farewell in tears. Are you sure this is what you want to write? Yeah, that's it. I've engraved this poem on the Inspo Jade Abacus to commemorate the experience of today. Here you go. Now there's only one poet, Ingenium, left. There's another one! Emergency, emergency, someone saw the poetic genius Ingenium I built in the spare time bookshop. Don't let it escape. On my way. Looks like a silly goldfish. You'll know when you see it. Come to think of it, this one's quite impressive. It went straight to the bookstore to collect data. By the way, the person who reported this said when he saw it, it was swaying. Let me read the rest. Its head while commenting on drifting clouds. What a coincidence. I heard that Miss Jingzhai's ex is Guyu, the author of Drifting Clouds book. That guy has a lot of influence in the literary world. If I can surpass his writings, I'll definitely win Jingzhai's heart. You'll definitely beat him! Whoa, that's a lot of text from that. Like, come up. Give me a minute to read it. Come on. What era are we living in now? You and her are completely different. Okay. You have harnessed the power of technology to write poetry on an industrial scale and will crush him easily. Thanks for your vote of confidence, Twitter. By the way, when you get there, can you help me buy a copy of Drifting Clouds? I want to study it more. I used to think the works written by my romantic rival were full of campy, lovey-dovey nonsense, so I was annoyed and didn't want to read them. But as the saying goes, know thy enemy, and thine enemies are few and far between. So, for Miss Jingzhai's, I'm throwing caution to the wind. Okay, buy it yourself. Logistics on Zhensho is so convenient. Why don't you place an order yourself? Oh, since you're already doing so many things for me, why don't you just go the extra mile while you're at it? Can't believe it. Can't believe it. Right, let's head on over there then. Terrible.
Let's take it in turns. You rest. I'll stand guard.
Tritica, look. It's right here. Surely it's the wily Kong sent you here to crack the whip. The task at hand, a tedious slog my duties weighed hard to equip. What kind of virus did you catch? Human, I know you're criticizing me indirectly. Do you think I'm happy speaking in that rhyme all the time? It's so inefficient. I have no choice, as this is the primary task assigned to me. Poetry relies on the special rhythm of language. Only the permutations that conform to the rhythm can be considered a poem. Master Kong has created me to master the standard of poetry. As long as your rhythm and counterpoints meet my standard, I'll hand over my Inspo Jade Abacus, otherwise stop disturbing my poetry study. This is a piece of cake to me. First, I'll test your rhythm. Poets often use words with the same rhyme regularly in a verse to create an artistic echo-like effect. Listen carefully. The first line is, picking chrysanthemums and drinking wine at sunset. Ooh. Silhouette and forget work nice. We'll go with my sleeves leave a silhouette. Sunset silhouette. Forget works better, I feel, actually. I have a good meal that is hard to forget. I'll let you pass. The sky matches with the earth, the rain matches with the wind, the great land matches with the vast sky, the flower matches with the mountain, and red sun matches with the blue sky. Counterpoint is about contrasting or combining two terms, phrases, or clauses with opposite meanings. This is not easy. Listen carefully, my line is speech is silver. Silence is golden. That must be a lucky guess. Still, I approve of it. Great. I'll give you the Inspo Jade Abacus and this Drifting Clouds. I'm not a fan of the Drifting Clouds, as the verses do not follow a certain pattern. Still, I must say this is a good poem that stirs my heart. Let's go and find Master Kong. Let's. There we go. See you later, mate. Wordsmith. You're still over there? Alright then. Thought you were coming with me, but no. No. Do we need to do the other Lost and Founds? I'm assuming not, because they were probably all his Lost and Founds, weren't they, when he said that? We've collected all the Inspo Jade Abakai. Thanks for your hard work. Leave them to me. There you go. Mushroom. I'll engrave the talismans in this Inspo Jade Abakai into your brain, so you can write the most beautiful love poem. I have reservations about this. It should be done now. Mushroom, try writing something. Give me some keywords. Kong loves Jingzhai. How about that? This isn't helpful at all. Isn't Jingzhai a fan of the Drifting Clouds? Do you want a love poem like that? Oh, you're right. Let me take a look at the Drifting Clouds. When your graceful figure blends in with the pure dance of stars, nature becomes peaceful and orderly. Mushroom, I want something like that. Let me try. The algorithm is being generated. I offer you whatever insight my reflections may hold, whatever creativity and frankness my life. I offer you the spark of emotions that the Vijayadra could never have. I offer you all the love I could muster that I have saved somehow. Tutika, could you add one sentence for me? The love that is untouched by joy, by adversities. You're very talented. Even if Guyu were here, the poem would still be written this way. Tutika, I'll pluck up the courage to confess to Jingzhai again. Please come with me to witness it. But you're right here. Right down. Right, let's head on over there. Right, mate. Why are you here again? I already told you. No, I am no longer the Kong, you know. I've written the most beautiful poem for you. Please listen till the end. I was once in love with a poet, but that doesn't mean I like every poet I meet. Do you understand? I don't understand. Fine, just read it. I offer you whatever insight my reflections may hold, whatever creativity and frankness my life. I offer you the spark of emotions that the Vijayadra could never have. I offer you all the love I could muster that I have saved somehow, the love that is untouched by joy, by adversities. This is much better than the doggerel before, but I can't feel your affection. You didn't write this, did you? I've made some poet Ingenia. The poems they write are considered mine, and you know what? You can have as many poems like this as you want. If you like it, I can write more for you. Thank you, but I'm sorry, I can't accept it. Please go home. Yeah, saw that coming. This is bad. I should check on Kong. Where's he wandered off to?
101010.
I wonder what that binary was. Does anybody know? I failed again. Mushroom, do you have a better poem? Being a poet won't win the heart of Miss Jingzhai. Please face the music. You don't need a poet Ingenium from the start. This is difficult to hear, as it denies the meaning of my existence, yet you're right. None of what you've done so far has anything to do with Miss Jingzhai. Master, you've adopted the most expensive but least efficient solution. Writing love poems for the issue of ruining the heart of Miss Jingzhai. Love poems cannot replace care and communication. Have you just been writing poems so far? Her ex is a poet, so she must be into people who write poems. Maybe that's why they broke up. You've never made the effort to understand Jingzhai. You're just jealous of the poet whom she dated before, yet jealousy is a useless emotion. I don't feel like giving up yet. Can you help me again? Oh, a mushroom is not in the position to teach you things like this. Poetic and I will help you find out Jingzhai's preferences. You should prepare a gift that she likes and a moving speech. When an opportunity arises, you'll do another love confession. How do you know so much about this? When I was wandering outside, I downloaded books about romantic relationships, such as the key to a good long-life species relationship. Yet I don't have the need for love. Oh, this is depressing. Poetic, let's get in touch with Jingzhai's colleagues and friends. Perhaps we can gain some useful info for my master. Perhaps we can. Be better than trying to write a poem via algorithm. Jeez.
1010.
Yes, 10.
Is the way.
It's you, Poetic. Is there something you need? I'd like to ask about Jingzhai. Jingzhai, our managing diviner. As a colleague, I shouldn't comment about her in public. Jingzhai has a great personality and excels at what she does. She's an amazing colleague. Have you heard about someone named Guyu? Oh, I see you're interested in her love life. I've heard of him. I think he was a Vidyadhra poet. Jingzhai used to talk about him a lot. It is said that they are lovers not only in this life. Guyu and Jingzhai dated each other in their 2 previous lifetimes too. Oh. Everyone considers that a romantic love story. However, this isn't possible from the perspective of the Vidyadhra like us. Without consuming a special potion, there's no way we can remember our lovers from past lifetimes. Otherwise, one needs to carry something like a token during their hatching rebirth. What does Jingzhai like? She always complains about how she needs more beautiful clothes. Well, girls will never think they have enough clothes, even if they live to be 1,000 years old. What kind of person is Jingzhai attracted to? Shouldn't you ask her directly? Forget it, I understand. I'm sure there are many interested in such a lovely lady like her. Still, most suitors end up being disappointed. I think you will be no exception. I didn't say I was interested. Well, here's my advice for you. It's better not to date a long-life species, especially the Zhensho natives, as you will likely get hurt. She might have a youthful look, but her soul has aged. Her heart will not flutter for anyone again. Ooh, that's harsh. I mean, I was going to say, can we just speak to her directly, but... I'm busy. What do you want to tell me? I'd like to ask about Jingzhai. Although I'm a diviner, I don't gossip about others. The girl looked around. After making sure the coast was clear, she turned to you with her eyes filled with excitement. She loves to gossip. Tell me, what do you want to know? Have you heard about someone named Guyu? Oh, it's the poet that Jingzhai dated before. I've heard of him. I heard that Jingzhai had a sweet relationship with him, but she seemed to be single now. Perhaps the poet has gone through hatching rebirth or fallen in love with another. No one is sure. No matter how happy a couple is, their relationship is bound to end up badly. Just like divination, woe is the norm. That's why I insist on staying single. Uh-huh. Do they have any hobbies? It's undoubtedly writing and reciting poems. Jingzhai's hobbies are quite old-fashioned. Oh, you want to know about her other hobbies? Among Us, she plays Among Us. She's the most serious about her profession. When she's free, she'll do divination and predict the future. The questions she asks are mostly about her relationship, but the results are not very accurate. I'm tempted at times to give her a plaque that reads Genius Diviner as her birthday gift. What kind of person is Jingzhai attracted to? I've discussed this with my colleagues before. I think Jingzhai is into people who are unpredictable and romantic. As for why, well, it's been ages since she dated someone. I think it's been a century? She was deeply in love with Guyu, the great poet. I heard that she still keeps the unity lock from him, as she can't move on from the relationship. Is the lock similar to this? He's going to turn out to be this poet, isn't he? I think it's the same as this one. You can't expect any surprises from the things men give you. He's the poet. Their gifts are either tiny stones polished into unique shapes or small cheap crafts that can be bought anywhere. A guy even wanted to give me the right to name a star once. Oh please, once the Zhen show sails off, I can't even see that star anymore. Oh dear. Looking for me? I'm Kong's friend. Can we talk? I see. How can I help you, Kong's friend? Do you still love Guyu? Oh my, you're just like Kong. He always asks me questions that make me uncomfortable from the get-go. However, I don't mind answering this one if it means you'll give up. I don't love Guyu anymore, but that doesn't mean I'll accept Kong. Why did you ask Kong to throw away the Unity lock? That was the lock he held in his hand when he underwent hatching rebirth. There you go. Yet that lock means nothing to me now. You also have a lock like that, don't you? Please stop bothering me. I see where this is going now. Do you have anything you like? New clothes and jewelry. Still, I won't accept them if they are from Kong. Why do you find Kong unattractive? Kong is a great guy. Unlike his previous lifetime, he is very talented in manufacturing of Ingenia. I just won't fall in love with anybody anymore. This isn't Kong's fault. Just tell Kong that when you get back. Yeah. Yeah, he is the poet. That's what's going on there. That was his previous life, wasn't it?
Let's take it in turns. You rest. I'll stand guard.
You stand guard. Ryu? What do you mean by that? I just want to know who Jingzhai likes. I've said it 3 times. It's you, but it's not you. That's the results of my divination. There you go. Can't reveal too many details, but there is nothing wrong with this result. Kong, have you finished writing the poem? Oh, you are back. Have you gathered any info? Tell Kong all the information you gathered, including what Jingzhai wanted you to convey. Thank you. I see Guyu has already gone through the hatchling rebirth. Still, I feel I have missed out on something. Guyu has undergone the hatching rebirth? Just like you, Guyu is a Vidyadhara. Loves Jingzhai, has a Unity lock, and has probably gone through the hatching rebirth. My guess is right. In Kong's former life, he was Guyu. Do you mean I was Guyu in my former life? I am the poet I've been jealous of so far. So that's what "it's you but it's not you" means. Do you have evidence? You already have it. Kong and you examined the beautiful lock. A phrase that read "I love Jingzhai" is engraved near the keyhole. The engraving was no longer clear due to the passage of hundreds of years. After checking it repeatedly, the two of you are even more certain of what the phrase meant. I didn't engrave the words. Was I really Guyu in my former life? Jingzhai and I are fated to be together. I'm bursting with confidence now. I have to confess to her again. Let's go. If Jingzhai turns me down again, I'll show her our love token. I'm sure she'll be surprised and curious about my identity. Let's pick a gift for her. Come and help me think of what to buy. Go to the Cloud Brep sleeves to buy some beautiful clothes. I believe in your taste. Let's go. Let's go. We'll see how this works out there.
Turns. You rest. I'll stand guard.
Here, wrap, song lotus cake, guaranteed delicious.
Tushka, you have come. Welcome. Look at your usual garb. Though underneath all that low-profile black and gold lies telltale signs of luxury. It is not Shensho clothes, and a pity at that. Incidentally, our tailors have come up with a few pieces from the Ever Youth line. It is a custom line that we are about to launch. It hasn't been officially released to the public yet. Hold on while I get a colleague to bring it out for you to try on. Would you like to take a look at anything else in the meantime? I'd like to buy the latest arrivals in women's clothing. Not for myself. Got it. I recommend that you buy the latest women's cropped jacket with a stand-up collar from the Nimbus Chronicles series. I'm sure you'll like it. I've asked her to meet me at the Starskiff Haven. She seems to have something to tell me too. I must succeed this time. I have a bad feeling about this. Don't jinx it. I have a bad feeling as well. Alright, so up here.
Wrap, song lotus cake, guaranteed delicious.
I thought you would come alone, but it doesn't matter. Please forget about me, Kong. I've written a poem and prepared a gift for you. Twitka the gift. Give it to me. Can I go get the others? Kong, you don't get it. You're a great person and I can feel your sincerity. However, I just can't fall in love with anyone anymore. This has nothing to do with you. I'm not just anyone. I'm Guyu's reincarnation. Look, you also have a unity lock like this. Guyu held this lock tightly in his hands before he underwent the hatching rebirth in the moonlight. He hoped to continue his relationship with you after the reincarnation. That is just his wishful thinking, which is why I want you to throw the lock away. You are not him and he isn't related to you. You should search for your own happiness, not the shadow of someone else's joy. But I'm not pursuing Guyu's happiness. Kong, I don't want to get your hopes up. You still have passion for love, but I don't. You'll just be a parched man dying of thirst in a desert, with me incapable of reciprocating your emotions. No matter how many times you confess in the future, I'll just keep on rejecting you. I really hope that he gives up on me. I understand, but... Kong, for the Vidyadhara, the hatching rebirth will wash away their memory. However, for some reason, after every reincarnation of Guyu, he will always find me and immediately fall head over heels for me. I thought it was romantic and fun too in the beginning. He was a cloud knight at some point, and a diviner working with me at some other point, and was also once a poet who wrote poems for me. For Kong, it is his first time meeting me, and the feelings he has for me are new, but for me, this has been my fourth reunion with him. Short-life species couples easily make promises about eternal love, but once you live long enough, you'll discover how life slowly deprives you of your feelings. Oh. I used to do wild things for love too, but now love does not leave a single ripple in my heart. I don't want to lie to Kong, so I hope he can give up as early as possible. I want to hear more stories about you. Fine, but there is nothing much to tell. You're very faithful to your lover, but your love life is pretty complicated. Just like you short-life species, I've experienced breakups and reconciliations in my love life too. Everything has got to do with the previous incarnations of Kong. Every previous incarnation of Kong is jealous of the talent of his predecessor. While Kong is jealous of Guyu, Guyu was jealous of the Cloud Knight before him. Did he not have a name at that point? I think it's time to end this absurd love cycle. Is it because you're a long-life species? I can't say it applies to everyone. Just imagine a short-life species couple that has been together for 50 or 60 years. They might still love each other, but they won't be as enthusiastic as when they were young. Even if the relationship can last for a millennium, they will be just two people living together. Perhaps short-life species are best suited to enjoy the sweetness of love. Oh my. Kong's case is special. Do you mean how he manages to find me after every reincarnation? I find it interesting too. When it happened for the first time, I thought it was very romantic, and we were meant to be together. On the second time, I thought I would have no problem loving him for another 10 lifetimes. But now I'm sorry to say that I have no feelings for him at all. No. Let's go find Kong. Assuming he's up, not down. We'll find out.
Let's take it in turns.
He's down.
You rest. I'll stand guard.
He would be down there, wouldn't he, rather than at his table where he was previously. Be speaking to his mushroom. Oh no, what happened? He's died. He's only gone and died.
Commission if you need help.
Kong! Kong, stay with me, Kong! Don't you give up! Hi. Could you please scooch over a bit? Oh, I'm so sad. Are you a mushroom now? Yes, I'm a mushroom. Forget it, I'm no longer a mushroom, but please let me lie down to heal my broken heart. You are a sorrowful sigh at the end of the world, while I'm just a tiny screw. I'm at a loss, helpless in ways to mend your broken heart. Thanks, Twitika. Just leave me alone here, I'll feel better after some time. Well, You sure can, because you're Kong. Yes. Kong won't stay depressed for too long. Here's your reward. When I get over it, I'll be my usual self again. Oh, was that it? Oh, I was expecting more for Kong there. I guess we'll potentially see him in future. This can't be it for Kong. It can't be. But for us, this is it, because we're going to end this part here. And in the next part, let's actually go see about checking out Tales of the Fantastic Chapter 2, because it is available for me. So we shall see you in the next part with that. Ta-da for now.